welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be comparing two different GoPros, and those are going to be the HERO8 and the HERO4. Alright, so the HERO4, it's a pretty solid camera. I'd say it was pretty monumental when it came out. So we'll begin by talking about the actual video quality, because that is what a camera is for after all. Okay, so the HERO4 is a little bit tricky. So it has 4K resolution. However, when you click on it, you get 15 frames per second, and that's not very good. So like 4K is great, but at 15, it begins to look a little choppy. I would say you definitely don't want to go below 24. So if I move the resolution back to 1440, then you can get 48 frames per second. So it's a trade-off. So you're gonna have to choose if you would like a high frame rate or if you would like to have high resolution. Another significant feature that this one, the HERO4, does not have is hypersmooth. So I believe GoPro first introduced the hypersmooth feature in the HERO7, and what that basically is it's digital stabilization. So instead of needing a gimbal for your device, the chip inside of it will stabilize your video for you. I'm not sure that you're going to be able to tell in this comparison here because I'm more or less just standing still, but in a few days I'll post another video comparing the side-by-side footage of each one, and in that you'll probably be able to tell which has hypersmooth and which does not. Okay, so the next big factor I'd like to talk about is the housing for the actual camera. So I will start with the HERO4. It's a rectangle, as you can tell, but however, the camera is pretty exposed, I would say, and to add to that, it's not actually waterproof. You'll need a waterproof case to film underwater with this. All right, as I mentioned before, the software of the GoPro HERO4, well, it's acceptable. It was pretty good at the time, but I think they've come a long way. You can get to everything you need to, but the layout is not exactly intuitive. And if you're not used to GoPros, you might have a bit of trouble while you're first getting set up. Now on the GoPro HERO8, there is no trade-off. You get 4K and 60 frames per second, which is widely accepted as cinematic. It's what most movies are filmed in. And it should be perfectly good for whatever you're making as well. In addition, this also has 240 frames per second, but for that you're going to have to turn the resolution down pretty significantly, so I tend to go in 60 because it's the best balance between high resolution and high frame rate. So this one is a rectangle as well, but the corners are very nicely rounded, and they've added a matte texture as well, which means that you won't get fingerprints on it. Dirt won't show as much, and if you get it scratched, you won't notice that either. And perhaps one of the most important physical differences is that this is fully waterproof. So you don't even need a case to take this underwater. It'll survive on its own. But I would recommend putting a case on anyway to protect it from sand and salt if you're in the ocean, or dirt if you're anywhere else. In addition, the GoPro HERO8 comes with these things here. And what those do is they allow you to mount it on something. So whether that's a tripod or like, for example, if I wanted to put it right on here, I could, if I had the right mounting, of course. So that's pretty helpful. And when you don't want them, they just go right back in, just like that. GoPro HERO8, they introduced something pretty helpful, and those are presets. So instead of having to go into settings each time to adjust your preferences, you can just go in, you go from here, you click here, and then you can scroll through all the different presets that you'd like. So for example, for a cinematic film, you might want a narrower lens. But maybe if you're biking or you're surfing or something, you would like a wider lens, and that is possible. You can do that here. All right, and that takes us to the last factor, which is price. This is something you have to consider when you're buying anything, and especially camera gear, which, to be honest, has gotten pretty ridiculous over time. But, you know, it's new technology, and you will pay a premium for that. Okay, so I have two different recommendations. If you have currently the HERO4 and you're looking to upgrade to the HERO8, I would say you should do that. That's what I did, and I think you'll find it very helpful to have all the new features. Okay, and that brings us to the second option, which is you don't have either camera and you're looking for something new to film with. And in that case, I would go with the HERO8 if you want to put that money into it. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the video. I hope this has been a helpful comparison. I'm sorry if I didn't talk about what you were looking for, but these are the things that you encounter every day. And the other things are also important, but there are plenty of other videos talking about the specific camera that will bring you even more information. And that is all. Before you go, please like the video and leave a comment if you have either a question or a comment, obviously. If you're interested in future comparisons or just very nice videos, I would suggest that you can subscribe and you can turn on notifications as well, so you can be notified every time a new video is available. And with that, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching this video.